Western has admitted to Spotlight that its service is not good enough. After a barrage of your emails complaining about cancelled trains and overcrowding, the train company says it's struggling to maintain rolling stock, but things should soon be back to normal. Our business correspondent Neil Gallagher begins his report at Bodmin Parkway station.
Well, yes, we've had no shortage of emails from people talking about problems on the trains. One from Mike Aldworth of Bodmin, who describes a fairly mundane set of circumstances. He says he booked his seat on the 10 o'clock from Bodmin Parkway here up through Reading to Guildford just before Christmas. We can go inside the cafe now and catch up with Mike for the rest of the story.
Got here and was told that the 10 o'clock was cancelled due to no driver for the train. So I would have to catch the 11:19. We waited around on a freezing cold station till 20 past 11 when the train arrived. But of course by then that train was fully booked. I thought I'd let the train take the strain this time going up to Guildford. But unfortunately I was standing for nearly 4 hours all the way to Reading in amongst luggage. There's one old gentleman sat in front of the toilets on his suitcase and had to move every 5 minutes for people to use the toilet.
And we've had similar complaints emailed from across the region. So today Spotlight put some of these points to the regional manager for First Great Western. Fiona Blake of Liscard has emailed. She's a commuter who no longer commutes by train. She says, of recent months the service has become unreliable, overcrowded, the carriage is old, dirty and smelly, the whole experience is totally depressing. That's pretty damning.
Well, the rolling stock in use is the same as been in use for a while, but it's very disappointing to hear that. We've had one or two transition problems moving from the old franchise to the new with the introduction of the new timetable. There are actually some significant benefits there in some of the trains now are high-speed trains where they were formerly two-coach local trains, which provides more capacity. And of course we are going to refurbish the entire local train fleet during the course of the next year, so you will see trains coming into service that look smart, fresh, new, and will be entirely fit for purpose.
We've had an anonymous email from somebody who appears to be a member of staff from the old Wessex branch line franchise, now part of your company, saying that these days, when there's a problem with any service, they get on the phone to Swindon and Swindon simply say, cancel the service 9 times out of 10. It sounds like you haven't got enough slack in the system.
No, it's not a case of that. We've changed a lot of procedures that people would have been familiar with in the past. We're trying to do things as effectively as possible now. We certainly wouldn't cancel a train if there was any possible alternative to doing so.
But clearly you can't be happy with the way things are right now.
Absolutely not. We are having a number of cancellations, mainly due to transition issues with rolling stock maintenance. We're working hard to get on top of those. We're throwing resources at it, and we expect to be back to normal within about 10 days.
Whatever they do, they can't let costs escalate. Over the lifetime of their new franchise, First have to pay the government £1.3 billion. Neil Gallagher, BBC Spotlight, Plymouth.